We're back.
Hey.
This was episode 25 out of 26.
This makes
of Neon Genesis
sense. This
Evangelion.
makes no sense.
Okay. So, the whole episode is like
some kind of weird dream
psychological analyses of
characters.
4 of the main characters. I would say the 4 main characters.
Yeah. Well, Ray wasn't there.
Yeah, she did. She had a part.
She didn't have her, little breakdown thing.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, before the commercial there was Shinji, then Asuka, then Rei. Then after the commercial there was Misato, and then there was more Asuka, and then there was, the part with the stage with Shinji.
Oh.
Yeah, because Rei was talking about,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
She was talking about how she wants to cease existing. Okay, So, in the real world, it seems like
everyone's dead.
Ritsuko is dead, Misato is dead, and the Human Instrumentality Project has started.
Yes. Which we kind of gathered is, Gendo wants to put everybody together to fill into one...
He wants to create, one ultimate consciousness or something.
To fill the void within everyone.
Because everyone is imperfect, I guess. And they have these things that they're scared of in their heart that they don't want to confront. And they spend their whole life fighting against it. So he's like, well, if we put them all together. Presumably. That's what we're gathering.
Imperfect parts do not make a perfect whole.
Well, Gendo's a special boy.
Yeah.
So, I guess let's start with Shinji. Let's talk about Shinji.
I don't know how to talk about this episode, dude. I don't know.
Okay, so there's a lot of stuff in this episode about Shinji that we already knew.
Right.
He's afraid to connect with people.
Because he doesn't want to get hurt.
We talk about why he pilots the Eva. At first, he says it's for praise, so he can feel better about himself.
But no, it's really because he just wants to be needed.
He wants to be needed, he wants to protect everybody. Then presumably the Asuka in his mind says, no, that's not true. That's just an excuse. So I guess it's just so he can get praise, so somebody will be nice to him.
Yeah.
I suppose. And at the very end of the episode, we get apparently the representation of Shinji's world, his perfect representation of his world as a closed stage.
Right.
With all the people he knows.
Well, really with a single folding chair.
Yeah.
Like the one I make you sit on.
Oh, it's true, folks. So, I'm assuming all these people are in his mind.
Oh, yeah, well, because they talked about earlier where...
He can arrange them on this stage, or he can arrange the stage however he wants.
Right.
So he doesn't have to encounter a situation that's uncomfortable.
Right.
I suppose.
Yeah. Which, I don't know, man.
I guess we mentioned Rei before. Rei's little chunk is... She talks about how can she be herself when she's a false soul created by
different parts,
created by Gendo to inhabit all these different body parts and just use. She's just a tool,
right? That
functions as he needs, and as soon as he's done with her, then she won't need to exist anymore.
Yep.
And
she wants to return to nothingness.
She wants to die, but she can't because she's forced to keep coming back alive and forced to live and forget all of this stuff and inhabit a new body. And she doesn't think she's human, but she feels like she's human. And and then Asuka, we get a little bit more concrete info. So the woman that killed herself is her real mom?
I think so.
Okay, well then, the way they frame it in this episode is confusing because we hear her stepmom then talking to her dad.
Yeah.
And then we see scenes of her actual mom dying, if that's the case.
Yeah.
So...
Well, because she doesn't want her stepmom to leave her like her actual mom did.
Yeah. Because her mom... Apparently, her mom and her dad had, fallen out of love, or her mom had at
went
least thinks
crazy or something.
that her dad doesn't care about her and Asuka anymore. So she kills herself and apparently wanted to kill Asuka too, or was going to, but she hung herself, so I don't know what her plan was.
I really don't know if Ano knew where he was going with this. No offense, but it kind of seems like it's all over the place with some of these plot points.
So, Asuka, we get some more of the same old Asuka stuff that we've already kind of figured out and seen, where she hates everyone and she's insecure and she hates herself.
Right.
And she wants somebody to, take care of her or protect her, but nobody will. But at the same time, she's, so terrified that she just pushes everyone away and is, has such a violent personality and all that stuff.
Yeah. So that nobody could get close enough to protect her or...
Yeah. Whatever she wants. And then not the last chunk we see, but the last one we haven't talked about, Misato.
Yeah. It's more or less like she doesn't see her own self-worth.
No, not at all. She thinks she's worthless. And she thinks she's childish.
Which she kind of is.
And, and she has relationships with men.
So she isn't alone.
Yeah, to satisfy, her own, desires. And she takes pleasure in all these, escapes, I'm assuming alcohol and...
Right.
Cheap, shitty food and...
Right.
Whatever else.
Exactly.
To...
alleviate her, loneliness and or...
Yeah. And she sees, everyone else is... she doesn't deserve them, I guess.
Right.
I kind of got that. They're all telling her she's, shitty and stuff.
Yeah.
When we're in her mind.
Yeah.
So, that's basically the gist of her little section.
Her little mini arc.
Yep. And at the very end of the episode, we get the instrumentality project will continue.
Yes.
So, let's see.
Hoping it makes more sense.
I don't think your wishes are going to be satisfied.
It'd be sad.
Alright. That's why there's a reason they made End of Evangelion.
Alright.
Alright, see you guys in the last one.
See ya.